What's up? How's everybody doing on this spinning rock tonight? It's been a rough few days. That's why I didn't post nothing, make nothing really, except for just the other night. But over the holidays, Trace really was going through some rough time, and it wasn't just that; it was also the national story of the autistic kid that went missing. That just it broke me inside for a moment. Like I had to literally stop at my place. I was like, dude, they're gonna find this kid. I know they're gonna find him. It's gonna probably be rough. It was probably traumatic, but I'm sure they're gonna find him, man. And if anybody don't know how that story play out, just go look it up, man. And I gotta be honest, dude, it fucked me up, dude. I was bad in my bag. Like I just I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine, and it just called in so much more to my own. I'm like, dude, I have to. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I have to double down on some of the stuff I'm doing. I got to get more prepared. I got to be more on top of this situation. I have to make sure that nothing like that could ever happen. And I couldn't. And it is a possibility like things like that could happen. Sometimes I got to work late overnight, and his Trace has such bad separation anxiety. He'll go to the window and see the cars gone and just have a meltdown. Luckily, those meltdowns always take place in the house, and we deal with it. And I try to get back to him, man, because I just feel terrible. And when I say meltdown, like your kid might get upset over something, and you got to deal with that for 20 minutes or something, and you're like, man, that was rough. No, 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 no. We're talking like 6 hours here of an absolute just every emotion being let out. And it's horrible. And it's like, I hate looking at him going through that anxiety. It's just, you wouldn't wish it on nobody. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to deal with. But, so during these holidays, I'm like, dude, what's going on? Like, everything's cranked up. His attitude, his unwillingness, him not wanting to participate, him not wanting to just be his usual happy, laughing self that he always is, man. And I'm like, all right, so it didn't click right away. But here's the thing: about like 9 months ago, or like I'm not exactly sure on the time frame of it, but I started this journey on what can I do to help him in any way that I can, because for the longest time, my mindset was always, I'm going to treat him exactly the same as I would, sort of like any other kid, but not, obviously that's not realistic, but that was always my mindset. I was always like, bro, we're going to brush it off and you're going to be fine, dude. You ain't got to, I got you, bro. You're going to be good. Not that easy, but I try to be that guy, and I try to do that. Uh, we're both working on it. So anyway, what happened is I had his multivitamins. I started giving him these multivitamins, and it's not an easy task. And I did a lot of research and trying to find the right thing and the right stuff. And I did find an incredible product. I don't know shit about the company, so don't, I didn't, nothing's going either way for anybody on this deal. I just want to put this information out there so people have it. And if it helps one person feel better, that's good enough for me. So basically, I had this search for, you can't mess with Trace's 4 items that those are his items. They're his things. He knows where they are, and he knows everything about those things. And if like even air touches a cheese puff, he don't want to eat it no more. So when he goes to sleep at night, I take his favorite drink, his Propel, and I put this new multivitamin in it. Now I'm going to show you here, just so everybody knows. Now this company, we are so happy with the first product that we started looking at some other stuff. So in here, this right here, you'll see is it's made company You+yours, and this is an iron supplement here. Now we just got this one. I will say that we personally tried this. You cannot taste it. And I do think for a lot of kids, this would be helpful. But I'll show you the problem we run into right here. You see that? Color, baby. And it'll show. It's like a tinted red. You cannot change the color of his Propel for a second. We got this one the other day. This is a multi-complex B for kids. No go on this guy. I could smell it the second it was in the beverage, and so could he. He wasn't drinking it. But there's hope. This guy right here. This is the absolute game changer for us. This has been tremendous. And it's this simple. This little scooper right here, one drop into a Propel, swirl, put it back in the fridge, and I will do that to a 16 count bottle setup. And every one of them is ready to go. And the problem is, I had been doing it now for such a little good amount of time that I just kind of got lost in the sauce about how that could be the thing that changed him. But he was running low on the vitamins, and I ordered them, but we couldn't get them from Amazon like we normally did. We had to back channel and go through the company. And I guess from the Thanksgiving holiday or whatever, the vitamins didn't show up for about, I'd say 3-4 days after they were supposed to. Well, he ran out, and he hadn't taken the vitamins probably in a good couple days. And that had to be it, man. It was like a light switch. And I would have to say there's some good stuff in here, a bunch of different vitamins and things like that. But I would probably say the most important thing on the back of that sucker there, let's see, can't get a good read on it. Anyway, the folic. That is the same general thing that they're pushing in the leucovorin. Now, me personally, I am closely monitoring that situation, but at being a former, I don't know, call me whatever the fuck, call me whatever you will, being a person that partook in drugs for a long time, no way. I'm not going to give my kid anything that could possibly risk him going down any sort of dark road in that regard. I think that it may be the one like blessing in disguise through autism that like hopefully he won't have to go down the type of roads that I went down. I'm going to put up barricades every which way to prevent something like that. I don't want to see nothing like that. We got our own fight to fight here, and we're doing our best every day to fight that fight. And I'm going to stand in tall, long strides here as long as we can to fight this shit. Whatever we got to do is what we're going to do. But the last thing I want to show you is the situation had rocked me so hard about this poor kid that went missing. So I went to the store and I picked up this. Picked up 2 of them. This is a 4-digit lock that I'm going to have one that'll be mounted on the inside of one of my doors, and I'm going to have one that is mounted on the outside of my door. And this is strictly for me, so that I can get in and out and comfortably know that he is safe inside. This is to relieve my stress the best I can. Measurements didn't quite come out right on it yet so far, so I'm trying to still work on it. But I just want to share this. This is the real fucking deal here, okay? You see me make the songs and all that sort of stuff. That is strictly so I can just try to take my focus off some stuff, work on something else that's more positive than old bad habits that I used to be into. Not easy to do, but we're doing it, and we're going to keep on doing it, and we're going to keep trying to rock here and also get Trace rolling and see if we can help him out with some of these issues. But I just wanted to show everybody this. If anybody else, if I help one person from this, that's good for me. I'll take that, because anybody who's in this fight that we're in, you know the battle. You know the rules of the game. You know the strategic moves that you could try to make, but inevitably you got to keep fighting. So I hope somebody maybe got something out of this. If you're still here, if you're still listening after any of my posts, probably most people, see you later. The truth is, I don't care. I and I don't mean that to mean I don't care about anybody who would. I would appreciate anybody who would listen. I'm at a point in my life where I don't care what any outside voice says towards my direction anymore. That's a waste of energy, a waste of time, and no need to be involved with that sort of thing. You got to do different things to relax. Well, while I'm dealing with Trace, I probably got Workaholics on or something like that, just trying to take a breath. See, that's my generation, man. I realize there's so much crazy, negative, hard driving things that's like, I don't even want to mention some names, but like that ridiculous politics stuff that goes on that they're pushing on the youth and all that stuff. Man, my generation, dude, it was like Workaholics. That was the vibe, dude. You know? And it's so funny. There's this great reference to Joe Rogan in there that they have, and they mentioned that he's running for president. And this is like back when nobody knew really who Joe was, dude. And it's just like so funny how it like sort of comes to fruition almost, like that layout is, you could almost see that. And he always says, "Oh, I would never run for president. I would never run for president." Well, it's just like that other movie, Idiocracy. That dude didn't want to run for president either. Problem was the whole world got so stupid that he had no choice but to step in and swing. And sometimes I feel like that's what the guy does, you know. But all right. So anyway, just hope everybody, you got something from this. Maybe didn't. I don't know. But I thank you for listening. I thank you for anybody who support on any level. So have a good night, guys.